The very technology designed to free you has become your prison. Every notification, every news alert, every social update, tools created to connect, inform, and empower, now chain you to an endless cycle of anxiety. This is the central paradox of modern existence. Our unprecedented control over the external world has left us with less internal freedom than ever before. Ancient Stoics, facing plagues, wars, and political persecution, achieved a serenity that eludes us despite our air-conditioned comfort and medical miracles. Marcus Aurelius wrote philosophical reflections while commanding armies. Seneca contemplated tranquility while navigating deadly imperial politics. Epictetus taught freedom of mind despite physical enslavement. Their wisdom reveals the profound contradiction at the heart of our anxious modern condition. The true path to freedom lies not in controlling your circumstances, but in releasing the very need for control itself. You check the weather app before leaving home. You invest in retirement accounts to secure your future. You carefully craft social media posts to manage others' impressions. Your entire day consists of attempts to predict, influence, and control the world around you. Yet with each attempt at control, your anxiety only deepens. Look at your phone right now. How many notifications are demanding your attention? Each represents something external, trying to dictate your internal state. The more you attempt to control these external factors, the more they control you. Epictetus, who knew true powerlessness as a slave, articulated the fundamental Stoic insight: some things are within our power, while others are not. This clean division, this dichotomy of control, reveals the first paradox. True power comes not from expanding your control, but from focusing it precisely where it matters. Consider your morning commute. Traffic jams trigger frustration because you perceive them as obstacles to your control, yet the traffic itself was never within your power. Your reaction to it, that remains yours alone. When you release the need to control the uncontrollable, you gain command over what truly matters. Your judgment, your values, your responses. The businessman angry about a delayed flight and the Stoic sitting calmly beside him experience identical external circumstances. Their internal experiences could not be more different. One attempts to control what he cannot and suffers. The other accepts what he cannot change and maintains his freedom. Premeditatio, Malorum, the premeditation of evils. This Stoic practice contains our second paradox. By deliberately contemplating negative outcomes, you free yourself from fear of them. Modern self-help gurus preach constant positivity, visualize success, affirm abundance, never entertain negative thoughts. The Stoics propose the opposite path. Regularly contemplate everything that could go wrong. Your company could fail, your relationship might end, your health will eventually decline. Death await everyone you love. These contemplations sound morbid to the modern ear, yet Seneca insisted, what is quite unlooked for is more crushing in its effect, and unexpectedness adds to the weight of a disaster. By facing potential negative outcomes in advance, you develop psychological immunity to them. Imagine you're preparing for a crucial presentation. The positive thinking approach advocates visualizing perfect delivery and enthusiastic reception. The Stoic approach differs fundamentally. What if your technology fails? What if difficult questions arise? What if, despite your best efforts, your ideas are rejected? Paradoxically, this negative visualization doesn't increase anxiety, it dissolves it. When you've mentally rehearsed worst-case scenarios, you discover most are survivable. The presentation might fail, but you will endure. By accepting the possibility of failure in advance, you free yourself to perform without the crushing weight of needing success. This practice undermines anxiety at its root. Anxiety thrives on the unknown, on the mind's tendency to fill uncertainty with catastrophic possibilities. By deliberately contemplating specific negative outcomes, you remove their power to ambush you. The paradox reveals itself. Those who prepare for the worst experience the most tranquility. Humans occupy a unique cosmic position, conscious enough to recognize our insignificance, yet emotionally designed to experience our personal concerns as monumentally important. This contradiction creates the perspective paradox. Marcus Aurelius advised, "Think of the whole universe of matter and how small your share. Think about the expanse of time and how brief, almost momentary, the part marked for you." This practice, the view from above, reveals another Stoic paradox. By acknowledging your cosmic insignificance, you gain freedom from petty concerns. Imagine rising above your current situation, above your city, above Earth itself, until you see the whole of human existence across time and space. From this perspective, your promotion becomes invisible. Your social embarrassment vanishes. Even significant personal tragedies shrink against the cosmic backdrop. This isn't nihilism. The Stoics weren't suggesting your life lacks meaning. Rather, they offered a recalibration. Most of what causes you anxiety simply doesn't matter at the scale of the universe. By periodically zooming out to the cosmic perspective, you gain the ability to zoom back in with clearer priorities. Before we explore how to practically implement this ancient wisdom in our hyper-connected world, I want to speak directly to you. If these philosophical insights are resonating, if you're finding value in this exploration of ideas that challenge conventional thinking, consider subscribing to our channel. Each week, we venture beyond surface-level discussions to examine life's fundamental questions. Join our community of thinkers by subscribing now. With that invitation extended, let's continue our journey into Stoic wisdom. The perspective paradox works in both directions. The cosmic view reveals your problems as insignificant, yet when you return to daily life, this very insignificance becomes liberating. If your interview rejection is cosmically meaningless, why let it destroy your peace? If your social anxiety barely registers on the cosmic scale, why allow it to limit your life? The mirror inverts. Cosmic insignificance becomes personal freedom. In an era where external validation drives behaviour, where likes and views and followers determine self-worth, the Stoic emphasis on virtue presents a revolutionary alternative. Here lies our final paradox. In a world obsessed with results, focusing on intentions creates superior outcomes. The ancient Stoics identified 4 cardinal virtues: wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance. These weren't abstract ideals, but practical guidelines for everyday decisions. When you orient your life around these virtues rather than external outcomes, you create an internal compass that remains steady regardless of circumstances. Social media platforms systematically exploit your natural desire for validation, creating perpetual dissatisfaction. Each like provides a dopamine hit that quickly fades, leaving you craving more external approval. The algorithm itself is designed to keep you anxious, engaged, and consuming. The Stoic response begins with temperance, moderation in all things, and this means establishing boundaries around technology use, being deliberate about digital engagement. It involves wisdom to discern which information serves your well-being and which merely fuels anxiety. It requires courage to live according to your values even when they diverge from social pressure, and it demands justice in how you treat yourself and others in digital spaces. The paradoxical result: by caring less about external validation, you often achieve more meaningful success. By focusing on virtuous action rather than outcomes, you produce better outcomes. By valuing internal consistency over external approval, you frequently gain more genuine appreciation from others. When your sense of worth comes from living virtuously rather than from external validation, you liberate yourself from the anxiety of constant performance. The question transforms from, how will this make me look? To, is this aligned with my values? This shift doesn't happen overnight. Like any philosophical practice, it requires consistent application. The ultimate Stoic paradox reveals itself. By accepting reality exactly as it is, you gain the power to change what can be changed. By acknowledging your limitations, you access your true strength. By preparing for the worst, you free yourself to experience the best. Modern Stoicism isn't about suppressing emotions or adopting detached indifference. It's about engaging fully with reality while maintaining inner freedom. Anxiety, like all emotions, provides information, but shouldn't dictate your actions. The practice begins with morning preparation, anticipating challenges, reminding yourself of what is and isn't within your control. It continues throughout the day as you apply the dichotomy of control to each situation. It concludes with evening reflection, reviewing your responses, celebrating instances of virtue, identifying opportunities for growth. This ancient philosophy offers no quick fixes or magical solutions to modern complexity. What it provides instead is a tested framework for developing resilience, the ability to withstand difficulty without being broken by it. I leave you with this question that inverts conventional thinking. What if your anxiety isn't something to eliminate, but rather a signal directing you toward deeper philosophical engagement with life? What would your existence become if, instead of fighting against uncertainty, you embraced it as the very condition that makes courage possible? Share your reflections in the comments below. Has Stoicism influenced how you handle anxiety? Are there specific Stoic practices you found helpful in navigating modern challenges? This conversation continues beyond this video. Let's explore these ancient paradoxes together as we face the unique contradictions of contemporary life.